You don't get the show.
Now, for those that don't know, and like I said, I've been researching, but not this deep, because I want to play and I'm gonna eventually buy it because I have more and more friends that are joining in as well. And
Buddy,
but
it is worse than the crack that is World of Warcraft. Once you get that little taste, that's it. That's all I can tell you.
Now, so of course the most expensive one that we said was that crate for $1,700. Now they do have items 3 cents. Like I'm looking, I sorted it by lowest price. They have like combat pants, blue working boots, like a whole bunch of stuff, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cents. So I don't want to make the impression that everything there costs hundreds of dollars. You can, and like you said, there's free stuff that you can get and play just fine. I just always find it amazing to spend that kind of money. Because I mean, look, obviously I'm not rich, but I could imagine, like, for instance, they had the Powerball. It was like 540 something million. One person won that motherfucker. Even if I had that much money, I couldn't buy that. I still couldn't buy it because you know what would happen? I guess that's because of how I was raised or all that, or not having money. $1,700. I would just think of everything else I could do with it. And I understand that maybe you get to a point where you have so much money, it doesn't matter. But here's the caveat to that. If you have so much money, you probably aren't playing these kind of games. You're probably out on boats or something. Yeah, you'll probably still play games for a little bit, but you're not so deep into a game that you're buying $1,700 outfits. So these are probably working people. Maybe they have a really good job and a lot of disposable income, but still, these are people that have to go to work every day, and they're buying bandanas and trench coats for $300, $400, $500, $600. I don't get it, man. I thought buying ships for like $500, $700, $1,000 in what's his face was crazy.
World of Warships?
No, in Star Citizen.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, when I saw that, like, and at least in some of those ships, you can put in like 40 people, and I saw it was maybe like 20, 30 people bought it, but still, you're talking about a ship that's $1,000. I mean, I sold my original EverQuest account, which I think my character was level 60, was a cleric. Decent gear, raid gear. I sold it back then. This was like, man, 2010 maybe. I sold it for like $700. I ended up buying my first big screen TV with it. And even I was amazed back then because a friend of mine, Danny, he sold his account because his account had like ruby breastplate and stuff like that. And if you know EverQuest, that was like the shit. It was like one of the few items that had regen on it. And he sold his account for like $1,500 or something. I mean, he went on a vacation with that shit.
I will say this, man. I had to give y'all fucking props for the amount of man hours y'all spent playing that game. Because I remember fucking getting to level 13 as a druid, and I was dying to fucking get to 14 because I would get the fucking Spirit of the Wolf spell. And I'm like, that's what I'm gonna start making money. And I sat down one day and fucking played for 8 fucking hours. And I went from 13 to 14. And I'm like, yo, it took me 8 hours to go from 13 to 14. Y'all motherfuckers were at level 50 and shit. I was like, God damn, they must have been on that thing for weeks. That, and let me tell you, I still will say one of the worst experiences in Red Eye was that fucking Red Eye where we had internet. And y'all motherfuckers sat there for 2.5 hours waiting for that one stupid dragon to spawn. So y'all could kill it and get that one fucking rare drop or whatever it was.
In our defense, we did that on Sunday. Okay, so
no, that was fucking Saturday. Don't give me that.
It was Sunday.
It was Saturday at fucking 2 p.m. I will never forget that shit because we were all sitting around going like, well, what the fuck are we gonna play if 3/4 of the land is fucking playing EverQuest?
For those that don't know, Red Eye was a LAN party back in the day that we used to go to, and it would be. Sometimes it would be Friday and Saturday. Sometimes it would go from Friday all the way to Sunday. If it was a holiday, like for instance, we're doing this on Labor Day, it would go from Friday right after work till Monday. So imagine that. And yeah. And people claim they went home and took showers, but we did spell tests and a lot of them didn't.
No, that was I remember that was I think after a couple of those like kind of summer days at the warehouse. That became rule number 1 fucking right away. You had those fucking people that after like a day and a half, it was like what the fuck? And then like you kind of do the whole and like, yeah, y'all, you need to go and take a shower.
And consider this, okay? you don't automatically smell after a day of not showering unless you're out there like, I don't know, chopping woods, wood or something. If you're in an air conditioned area where we were, really good air conditioning, you're sitting down, you're not going to be stinking by day 2. So if you are, you already had a buildup of stank in reserve.
Yeah. It was one of those. It would take 2.5 days. Like if you had showered right before you got there, like you had a good 2.5 day, and you could actually push it to 3 if at least you had deodorant that you could reapply in between, But I like the thing that cracks me up. Like I remember the warehouse, we had really great AC, and I remember when we started doing it at the Hollywood Police Department, really good AC there. And I remember that was like as soon as we walked in, fucking Alex was like, "No stink, you stink, you're out. We'll throw your shit outside." Like I'll never forget that.